Hi, good morning, friends. Welcome back. I'm sure you'll be spending most of your time in learning, in studying, and benefiting from this, understanding how the economy, how the financial situation of our country, how the GDP of our country is growing, and which are the people working behind that, which are the people who could not utilize their full potential and they are struggling because the opportunities are not provided. So how the government can come forward and provide more opportunities, and what are the problems that they are facing, and so on. And today we shall see a new topic, that is unorganized and unorganized workers. So the people who are working in different sectors, some of them are organized, some of them are unorganized. Let us see the difference between or the advantage of belonging to the organized group and the disadvantage of belonging to the unorganized group. So let us examine another way of classifying activities in economy. You can take your page number 30. So this looks at the way people are employed. So earlier we looked at the people and see what kind of work they are doing. Primary sector, secondary sector, tertiary sector. That is how we divide into three sectors by depending on the work they are doing. Now we are dividing this one into organized and unorganized depending on how they are doing. Not what they are doing, but how they are doing. That is the criteria we are dividing. Based on that criteria, we are dividing into these two. Are there any rules and regulations that are followed as regards their employment? So, is there any rule how they should be employed, how they should be made use, or how many hours they should work, what are the conditions, all that. So, let us see some examples. Okay, example of two workers. One is Kanda. Let us see about Kanda. What are the works that he did or how he is doing and so on. So, Kanda works in his office. She attends her office from 9:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. She gets her salary regularly at the end of every month. In addition to the salary, she also gets provident fund as per the rules laid down by the government. She also gets medical and other allowances. Kanda does not go to office on Sundays. This is a paid holiday. When she joined work, she was given an appointment letter stating all the terms and conditions of work. So that is a organized worker, and she is working in the office, and the office time is fixed from 9:30 to 5:30. She does not have to work before that. She does not have to work after 5:30. Nobody will compel her to work after that. And then she gets her salary every month. So the company will not say, oh, there is no money, please wait, I will give you salary afterwards. No, she will complete her work, and at the end of the month she will be given salary. Then she also gets some additional benefits like provident fund. So the government has made rule that all the employees should get provident fund. Therefore, the office where she is working, they will deposit certain amount of money every month in the bank, and when she is retiring, that money will be given to her. So that's called provident fund, in order to help them to look after themselves in the future after the retirement. Then she also gets medical and other allowances. Then the company also will give her some money every month for her medical expenses to meet if she is sick, to buy medicine and so on. And then some other allowances like traveling allowance, rent allowance and so on. So for her to go and come every day, or to pay the house rent where she is staying, all that company will pay. Then Kanda does not go to office on Sunday. So Sunday she doesn't have to go to office. It is a holiday given by the company, but she will get salary for the whole month. They are not going to cut her salary saying Sunday you did not come for work. And when she joined work, she was given an appointment letter. So at the time of joining the office, the company gave her an appointment letter. And in that letter, everything is mentioned that you are appointed for this many years and you will be paid this much salary. All the conditions, everything was declared before she joined the work. So that is an example of a person who is working in the organized sector. So everything is very clear. Nobody can cheat her. Nobody can dismiss her. So everything is written down. All the rules and the regulations are written down there. Now let us see the example of another person. His name is Kamal. So Kamal is Kanta's neighbor. So they are neighbors. He is a daily wage laborer in the nearby grocery shop. So this Kamal is a daily wage earner. So he is not appointed in the office to work for the whole month. Every day he is paid his money. He goes to the shop at 7:30 a.m. in the morning and works till 8 p.m. So comparing to Kanda, Kamal is working more. He starts by 7:30, 2 hours before he starts, and till 8 o'clock. Another 2.5 hours he works extra. So almost 5 hours extra work he is doing every day comparing to Kanda. And he gets no other allowances apart from his wage. So his master does not give him any extra allowance. In the case of Kanda, she gets medical allowance, rent allowance, PF and so on. But this man who works more time, extra time, from 7:30 to 8 o'clock in the evening, he does not get any extra allowance. And he is not paid for days he does not work. And if he is not going for work, he will not be paid. For example, Sunday. Sunday the shop is closed and therefore he does not go to the shop and he does not get money for that. But in the case of Kanta, the Sunday the office is closed but she gets salary for Sunday as well. And he has therefore no leave or paid holidays. Therefore he cannot take leave. One day he does not go for job, then that day's payment he will not be given. He will not get money for that. And he has no paid holidays. And nor was the given any formal letter saying that he has been employed in the shop. So in the case of Kanda we saw, when she joined the office, she was given an appointment letter in which all the details are written about her work, about her appointment, everything. But in the case of this Kanda, no letter was given. He just came and joined and every day he is given the wage. And if no work, then no money. Then he can be asked to leave any time by his employer. So if his master or his employer is not happy with him, he said, tomorrow onwards you no need to come to job, no need to come to do the work. So he can be dismissed anytime. But in the case of Kanda, that is not possible because everything is written down there. Everything is organized properly. So these are two examples, the advantages and disadvantages. A person who is working in the organized sector, they have a lot of advantages, a lot of security is there. They know how much time they have to work, they know how many holidays are there, they know how much will be their salary, when their salary will be paid on that. But in the case of persons who are working in the unorganized sector, nothing is sure. They can be dismissed anytime. Their wage is not fixed. If the shopkeeper or if the employer feels happy, he may give more happy. If he is not happy, he will say tomorrow onwards you are dismissed, no need to come by. And he has to work more times. So a lot of difficulties are there for people who are working in the unorganized sector. But still their advantages, their privileges are less, their money is less, wages are less and so on. So let us see about these two conditions again. So Kanda works in the organized sector, and the organized sector covers those enterprises or places of work where the terms of employment are regular and therefore people have assured work. You can underline what do you understand by organized sector. So organized sector covers those enterprises or places of work where the terms of employment are regular and therefore people have assured work. So they are sure this Kanda who goes to Organized sector work, she is sure every day that she has work. She doesn't know how to worry, what will I do tomorrow, how will I get the money for my family tomorrow. She doesn't have to work. But this person, Kamal, will have to worry about that. If my master is dismissing me today, how will I get money for tomorrow? How will I manage my family? He will have a lot of worries. And they are registered by the government and have to follow its rules and regulations, which are given in various laws such as the Factories Act, the Minimum Wages Act, Payment of Gratuity Act, Shops and Establishment Act, and so on. So government has made so many rules how to help the workers, how to protect the workers. So all the people who are working in this organized sector, the company will be following the rules of the government, and all that the government has asked will be given to the people. So there all the allowances will be given, their working hours will be fixed, their salary payment will be regular, all that will be there. And that it is called organized because it has some formal processes and procedures. So we call it organized sector because it has got certain formal procedures and processes. You can underline why is it called organized sector, because it has got certain procedures and processes. So that is all fixed by the government, arranged by the government, and so all the companies will have to follow that, and they will have to give all that the government has asked. Therefore the organized sector, the employees, the workers will experience more security and more comfort. Some of these people may not be employed by anyone but may work in their own, but they too have to register themselves with the government and follow the rules and regulations. So some of these people may not be employed by anyone but may work on their own, but they too have to register themselves with the government and follow the rules and regulations. So all the people who are working in this organized sector, they are working in the country, they are supposed to follow the rules and regulations. Even if they are working by themselves, suppose a small factory is there and family members are working there, so still they have to register that factory with the government and they have to follow the rules and regulations of the government. That is the condition. But many places in our country it is not followed, or it is not checked, and therefore people are taking advantage. That is the problem of our country. Workers in the organized sector enjoy security of employment. So we already said a person who is working here, we saw the example of Kanda. She does not have to worry about tomorrow's work. Her work is secure. So she has got security of work. And they are expected to work only a fixed number of hours, and so her working time also is fixed. If they work more, they have to be paid overtime by the employer. They also get several other benefits from employers. And what are these benefits? They get paid leave. We said in the case of Sunday. Sunday is a paid leave, paid holiday. So they don't have to come all the 30 days to work. Sundays and other government holidays, everything they are free to sit at home, but they will be paid the same amount of salary at the end of the month. And they have payment during holidays, they have provident fund, they have got gratuity. Gratuity is the extra payment that the company is giving to them for doing some extra service. And they are supposed to get medical benefits, and under the laws the factory manager has to ensure facilities like drinking water and a safe working environment. And when they retire, these workers get pensions as well. So lot of privileges are there, people who are working in this organized sector. First of all, they will be paid paid leave, even if they are taking holiday on Sundays and other holidays, they will be paid salary, and they will be paid some certain benefits like medical leave. If they are sick, they can go to hospital and government will pay them some money for meeting that medical expenses, and they will be paid sick leave, and they will be paid some extra money. Other benefits we already said, they have house rent, they have transport, the traveling allowance, they have provident fund, and at the end when they retire they will get pension. So all these facilities will be there, and company also has to provide them good health environment. They should get good clean water for drinking when they are working in the office, and the working condition also should be good. There should not be danger of their life, fire accidents, or there should be enough clean water, clean air. All these facilities the company will have to provide. That is the rules written down by the government, and they have to obey it. And if they don't obey it, the employees have got the right to complain and demand for these rights that are permitted by the government for those who are working in the organized sector. So that is the advantage of people working in the organized sector. Now let us see about another person, Kamal, who is working in the unorganized sector. What is his situation? What is his life? He is working longer time, and let us see how much he gets benefits. In contrast, Kamal works in the unorganized sector. The unorganized sector is characterized by small and scattered units which are largely outside the control of the government. So these people who are working in this unorganized sector, they are outside the control of the government. So government has made a lot of rules and regulations, but that are not affected here. People who are working here, they are not able to follow it. So that way they are not getting the benefit of the governments. These are rules and regulations, but these are not followed. So jobs here are low paid and often not regular. So the jobs that they do, the work that they do, they are very often irregular. So the employer will say tomorrow there is work, you come for work, and they will say day after tomorrow there is no work, so you don't need to come. So they will be called according to the availability of the work. But in the office, those who are working in the office, the organized sector, if there is work or no work, they have to come and sit in the office. But here, if there is no work, they will say no need to come. And their payment also may not be regular. Every day the employer may not give them the payments. They say today I have no work, I will pay you tomorrow, or I will pay you next week, and so on. So that kind of problems are there. And there is no provision for overtime, paid leave, holidays, leave due to sickness, etc. So these people will have no privileges, no paid leave. If they are sick, they have to go to hospital, they don't need to come for work, and that day's payment will not be given. Or if they work extra also, nothing more will be given. And if they are not coming in time, or if they are not working properly, they can be dismissed, and so on. So a lot of problems are there for them. Employment is not secure. They are not sure tomorrow they will get job or not. And people can be asked to leave without any reason. And when there is less work, such as during some seasons, some people may be asked to leave. So the work that they do, it is seasonal sometimes. For example, those who are working in the field, those employees hired to work in the field. Once the harvesting season is over, there is no more work in the field, and the employer will say tomorrow onwards no need to come. Or people who are doing construction works, certain season there is no construction, especially in the rainy season, cannot do the work. Therefore they say you don't need to come, we will start the work only after the raining season. So we come only that time. So during rainy season there is no work for them. They will be simply sitting at home. There is no job security for them. And a lot also depends on the whims of the employer. So it also depends on the feeling or attitude of the employer. The employer is a good person, then he will take care of the employees nicely. Suppose he is a very angry fellow, haughty fellow, then every time he will be shouting at the workers, he will be getting angry with them, he will be paying them less salary, and so on. So a lot of problems are there. And this sector includes a large number of people who are employed on their own, doing small jobs such as selling on the street or doing repair work. Similarly, farmers work on their own and hire laborers as and when they require. So yesterday also we said about people who do not have full-time job. We call it underemployment or disguised employment. People who work from morning till evening, but there is no much work to do for them. They simply sit there thinking that some work will come. Like people who are repairing their shoes, morning till evening they will be sitting there. Doesn't mean that they are working full time. So they will be getting only little work and they will be getting little pay. Or people who are employed in the field, they will be called by the employer whenever there is work. Otherwise there is no work. So these are the problems that they face in the organized sector. There is more comfort, more security, but in the unorganized sector there is less security, there is less payment and so on. So quite many people are working in this unorganized sector, and we can imagine their families, they are not secure about tomorrow, whether they will get enough payment or not, whether they will get enough money to meet the needs of the family or not. They are not very sure. So they will have to struggle, they will have to worry about it, all that. So they are really struggling. And we can see a table given there, 2.3, table 2.3, and it says in each sector how many people are working, how many people are working in the organized sector and unorganized sector. So it is given in millions. For example, in the primary sector we can see 2 million people are working in the organized sector. The primary sector, 2 million people are working as the organized sector. All the rest are working in the unorganized sector. Then in the secondary sector, only 9 million people are working in the organized sector and 54 million are working in the unorganized sector. See the difference. Majority of the people in our country are working in the unorganized sector, so they do not get the benefits of the government rules and regulations. They just go on working. Then in the tertiary sector you see people, only 17 million people are working in the organized sector and the rest are all working in the unorganized sector. So you can imagine what a difference is there in the life of people who are working in the organized sector and people who are working in the unorganized sector. That's why people all want to get government jobs, because they will get all these benefits. That is a organized sector. All the government officers will have to follow the rules and regulations of the government, and therefore people who get organized sector job, they will be happy, their life will be secured, and they will be able to have a comfortable life. They will have a proper security for their life and so on. So that is how we can do something in order to have a secure life by getting opportunity to work in the organized sector, so that their life, their family, everybody will be living a comfortable life. I hope you are following it. And we saw majority of the people in our country are working in the unorganized sector. That's why they remain very poor. They are not sure how they are going to survive tomorrow. They are not sure how long their employment will last. They are not sure whether they will be dismissed or not. So a lot of confusion is there, a lot of problems are there, tensions are there. So how are they going to do it? How are they going to manage their life? We need to help them, we need to promote them so that they also can work in the organized sector and their life also can be secure without any worry, without any tension, without any problems. They will be able to live their life properly, living every day of their life. So we shall wind it up today, and we will begin a new topic in the next class, and we will see how can we protect the people working in this unorganized sector. So they have no protection now, they are just depending on themselves and on the master. And how can we do, or what can we do, or what can the government do in order to protect these people who are working in this unorganized sector? Not a few people, but millions of people, majority, much higher than the organized sector workers, they are working in the unorganized sector. So what can we do to help them, to protect them and so on? So we shall meet you on the next day. So till then, bye. Thank you.